For a long period of time now, I've been toying with the idea in terms of being able to get together with some highly successful individuals, and this connection today come from one of my good friends. And look, once I start to introduce him, it's a man that really needs no introduction. Cuttino Mobley has played 10 years in the NBA. At the highest league in terms of what he's been able to achieve against guys such as household names such as Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. He's done 10 years in terms of being in the NBA, which is a success in its own right. But the ability to get to that level, to be able to stay at that level for such a long period of time, is something that I want to try and understand a little bit more about. So without further ado, let's get him up here and let's have that bit of a chat with him now. Cuttino, welcome. Absolute pleasure being able to sit here and talk to you today. Look, I guess when it was sort of talked about in terms of doing this, your name popped up, and I was actually really impressed. A good friend of mine hooking this up for us today. Look, I've heard you talk about really about your belief that everyone in life has the ability to be a superstar. Okay, so I'd like to really sort of delve down a little bit more on some of those lessons that you would recommend to sort of anyone to be able to achieve those outstanding results.
Yeah, no, I truly believe that because just for the simple fact that, listen, it's kind of hard, because people have an idea, right? So it's what is see, success to people thinks money.
Yep.
So when I say superstar, I think internal. I think maximizing what the individual within oneself, that host body, what can I do with this that I have? These cards that were dealt to me, this body, this face, this brain, the energy, what can I do with this? Right? I'm not Michael Jordan, right? Michael did this. I did this. I'm a superstar in my own right. Right. So I think anybody can be a superstar. I just think you have to put the work in. And when I say put the work in, right, it's more of a cliche to some people, but I mean, for instance, my son's going tomorrow. He's going to play. He's going to. It's called Magic Mountain, and they're leaving at like 8:45 in the morning. Well, he plays ball, so I said to him, I said, listen, you got to get up a little earlier so you can shoot and work out first before you go. I said, you want to get in the habit that this is my passion. This is my love. Make sure you take care of that first before you do everything else.
Yep.
You don't say, oh, I'll wait till 6 o'clock later on. Nah, that's not a superstar. Superstar is getting it in early, right? And if you have enough energy later, fine. But I believe that anybody, if you take 18 minutes a day, every single day, the whole year, for a year straight, you're better than 97% of people who do that. So I'm taking, right? I'm going an hour. So that's why I believe I'm be a superstar.
And it's funny you say that because I've heard you also talk about really coming dressed to success. The story about your son, you talked about that in terms of when he was going in and going in to train and he was wearing his Crocs, so I mean, I guess for those that haven't heard that story, it'd be really good to sort of just to go through that again, like obviously dressing for success in every moment.
Yeah, but, so we were in Dallas and we were staying at the Omni, great hotel in Omni in Frisco. And then right across the street was a gym. And that gym, amazing gym, sports academy attached to a hospital, the whole thing, the whole nine, amazing facility, basketball facility. We had worked out earlier this morning. So now we're coming in, it's around 3 or 4 o'clock. He's coming in with Crocs on like leisure time. I'm coming in 50 years old, playing ball, working on my body, right? So he thinks it's his vacation time. He's just going to hang around and poo-poo. So I don't care about everybody else there. I care about you, BC, because a lot of people think, oh, you embarrassed him. Okay, but how about this one? You think I embarrassed him, which I didn't. That was a split second. He learned from that. Whereas though he's practicing bad habits to do that and not prepared in a game where 20, 30, 40,000 people are looking at him in person and millions are looking at him around the world. So when do you want to be embarrassed? want to be embarrassed that split second so you can learn something, or you want to wait and be coddled and be embarrassed later on when it's millions of people looking, and then you can't turn it back.
100%. 100%. Yeah, no, 100%. There's definitely. I was going to say there's a lot of lessons.
Those moments, you got to pull those moments when you can get them, right? And then being able to explain to them. But and what people didn't really see it towards the end of that video, him and I slapped 5, right? And he was like, "My bad, Dad." You know, so I'm teaching him how to be a man. We've never been a woman. I'm teaching him how to be a man. Accountability. This is the police do not go out, especially they're on the streets. They not go out without their armor, without the gun, without the. This is your armor. What are you doing? They may want you to play, right?
Yeah.
You gonna skip the moment? Oh, I don't have my shoes. Oh, you don't really want to play. Oh, I don't have my gun. You're gonna have to just stop because I told you to stop. I don't have my bulletproof vest. Don't shoot me. I don't have what are we doing here? You know what I mean? It may seem extreme, but it's just a lesson to be taught to individuals. And they can go to anything in life, right? I'm not going to go to a volleyball gym without my knee pads and then say to my coach, I can't dig because I don't have my knee pads. Whose fault is that? Bring your knee pads. Or don't play.
100%. And so other than just the physical tools, I mean, you talked about mindset before but as well, like that's obviously an important thing as well. How much do you think mindset plays into everything that you do to be able to achieve those success?
Yeah, mindset it's not as hard as people think. Let me explain something really quickly. Mindset is something I call repetition kills doubt. That's the mindset. See, because if I do this every single day, sooner or later, guess what's going to happen? Damn, I'm going to become good at it.
Yep.
So now when I'm in the game and I'm in the flow, I'm not thinking about if I miss 3 in a row that I'm not going to make the next 5. Because I know I put the work in, and I understand that at the moments where nobody else was there on a Friday and a Saturday night, when I was tired and everybody else was partying, I missed 3 in a row. You know what happened the next 5 times? I made them. I felt it. I know what it feels like. That's where your mentals break down, is because there's not enough reps. That's why you doubt yourself. Repetition kills doubt. If I do it enough, it becomes instinctual. I was telling a lady before I was talking to you. You don't think about walking. You just walk.
Yep.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Yeah.
100%, 100%. And you wouldn't knock down a baby for not walking too. You know what I mean? You're not just going to go, yeah, look, it's never going to walk, We'll just be happy with the fact.
Yeah, just stay in my arms. Yeah, exactly.
That, and carrying around a 14-year-old, that's just not going to happen. So 100%, I completely agree. Look, just shifting gears a little bit here now. So what would you say some of the strategies that you employed to really motivate and inspire your team? So more on leadership here. So what were some of those strategies that you helped to really inspire the team to be able to achieve those successes on and off the field in your career?
Yeah, I think first it comes with inside oneself, right? And that's just in any relationship, right? There's a team in a relationship when it's, 2 individuals who love each other. There's a coaching, there's a president of a company. You have to say, what do I want? I'm just going to say this. What do I want to see in this company? What kind of characters, what kind of employees, what kind of, work ethic, what kind of blah, blah, all the name, write all those things down. And then you become them. So then now when I attract individuals, I already see what they say long time. A fisherman sees a fisherman from afar. So I can't say, oh, well, I had them from down there and not this. No, because you're a part of, what that is. You've attracted it. You can't blame them. You've attracted it because that's a part of you. Now we got to figure out how do we get that out of you so you won't attract that no more. Does that make sense? So,
100%.
yeah. So I work on me a lot. There was one of my mentors said, if you work on your job, you make a living. If you work on yourself, you make a fortune. So I work more on myself than I do my job. And then what is called is job because they pay you. The job says, oh, you're doing so well. Well, Thank you so much, because I'm working just on me.
Yep.
So I appreciate that. But I'm studying a lot of me, my flaws, my perfections, my imperfections. What can I do well? What I can't do? How can I contribute? Because that's what life is about, brother. Life is about contributing and giving, not taking.
100%.
So
100%.
that's how I live it.
Definitely. So I guess, I mean, like understanding a bit more of that too, because, along the way there is a lot of conflict and disagreements really within that team. So in your experience, so within that team, how have you really been able to sort of handle in some of those disagreements? And role, would you say that effective communication really played in helping resolve those issues?
I think one is reflecting and understanding right from there. We're more so not listening to respond, but listening to understand. And then seeing where the loopholes are at, that we can become better, right? You lose a game and it's not, okay, I lost the game technically, but can I get better from this? Right. And let me go back to the drawing board and look at these different things. And how do I become better at this? Or how can I make them become better at this particular situation? And we're very tribal. So if I can help these individuals do better at this particular situation, and I put myself in it and let them see that I too am human, and that it is difficult, but together we can fix it. I think it helps any and everyone when it comes to anything that they do in life. But if it's, a lot of people are not good at figuring it out themselves, right? We especially in America, we're not really taught of critical thinking in a very positive way,
Yep.
right? I teach my kids how to critically think. And the more you do that, the more you want to become a part of the solution, not the problem, because there's always going to be problems. But let's figure out that how do we together create a solution for the problem, right? And I mean, if that answered your question, you ask yourself.
100% it did. And I guess also you talked about and touched on it as well in terms of that mentorship, like, I mean, going and speaking and really, understanding from where your mentors sit and getting that advice from them can help you get through a lot of those issues, or you can test and play a lot of that as well. So I guess in terms of one of those things, in terms of really understand in terms of where the mentorships are, it makes sense, doesn't it? So look, I guess all those things, look, 100%, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm sure we could talk about this for hours and hours now.
Anytime, man. I love it.
100%. Look, I'm looking forward to catching up with you a bit later on this year over in LA. I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you very much for your time. We'll catch up soon.
I appreciate you, brother. All right. Take care.
Thanks, buddy. Cheers.